Hi, and welcome to Debunk File. My name is Sep, and today we are going to be talking about the mystery of the lost Transformers animators. Nothing is better than the 80s. The neon era, the decade of dance, punk music, parachute pants, movies, and of course, toys. The 80s are nothing without their toys. He-Man, Star Wars, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Care Bears, and of course, the Transformers. The Autobots versus the Decepticons. It's a timeless tale, one many generations have enjoyed and will enjoy for years to come. And it's safe to say that the Transformers animated series brought its popularity to unprecedented levels and was a key player in the franchise's steady rise in notability. As we stated, the show was originally basically a giant commercial, but in the hearts of many, it wound up being so much more than that. What this show had was lovable characters and an endless amount of charm, and because of that, it has a hardcore fan base that is just as strong today as it was 30 years ago when it came out. The Transformers animated series premiered in 1984 to boost toy sales, and well, obviously, it succeeded. The show was produced by both Sunbow and Marvel and was animated by two animation studios. There was Toei, the primary studio, and then there was ACOM, the secondary. The Transformers animated series had 4 seasons, and that wound up being 98 episodes in total over a 3-year run. The animation studio Toei was responsible for all of Season 1's 13 episodes and 39 episodes of the second season's 49. ACOM stepped in and helped work on 3 episodes in Season 2, but over the years, fans realized that this left 7 episodes completely untouched and unaccounted for. Now, these episodes are not lost, as they exist and are widely available to watch by anyone, but nobody knows who made them, and that's what we're here to get to the bottom of. First, I want to clarify how you can tell Toei's animation work from ACOM's. Toei's quality was slightly better than ACOM's and was the pinnacle of the show. Toei and ACOM would both subcontract different studios, which makes identifying each episode's creator nearly impossible, but it's safe to bet which company made which episode or hired subcontractors to do so, especially since Toei actually created a list of every episode they worked on. As mentioned before, ACOM and all of its sub-studios featured lower quality and was overall slightly choppier than Toei and their sub-studios, so it's easy to see which ones they made. But with the Mystery Company episodes, the drop in quality is even worse than ACOM's, and it's easy to tell which 7 were made by them. As a side note, to make things easier, going forward, we'll just call this Mystery Company UC, Unknown Company. So our first task is to figure out who or what UC is, which company it could have been, but we have to look at our evidence. All of UC's episodes have old and outdated character models, which were not seen after these episodes and have not been seen in quite a while. In an interview in 2002, the series production coordinator Paul Davids referred to a third studio claiming it would be used a few times and was located in the Philippines. The only Filipino animation studio at the time was Optifix, who worked for Sunbow and Burbank Animation, who did things like My Little Pony and Gem and the Holograms. With that being said though, Optifix has nothing about Transformers on any of their resumes. Another possible contender I've seen thrown around quite often is Toei's Filipino branch, which actually didn't exist until 1986, which was well after the UC episodes were made, making that one easily debunked. As for Burbank, I saw a thread where someone actually messaged a former animator of Burbank, and this person responded by saying, "We didn't do any Transformers shows at Burbank." Optifix isn't off the hook just yet though. While looking through the UC episodes, the frequently used outdated character models look a lot more similar to the original comics. A few notable examples being Grapple's normally orange colored helmet being colored black in a UC episode, which was a lot closer to the black helmeted comic counterpart. And this trend continues with Astro Train in another UC episode. The normal animated Astro Train wore a purple helmet and excluded the shoulder wheels, but in the UC episode, they included both his comic silver helmet and included his shoulder wheels. This might seem like quite a stretch, but the trend of comic-looking characters continues in all of the UC episodes, especially since these were minor characters that weren't shown very often. Optifex actually worked very closely with Marvel, and wouldn't you know, Marvel also produced the Transformers comics. These are a lot of very strange coincidences that lead me to believe that Optifex was tasked to make a few quick, cheap episodes with older models and base them off of the designs and colors they had in-house. It's safe to say this is debunked, until we get any information otherwise. I'm pretty confident in calling this unknown company Optifex. There aren't really any other leads on UC, so if it's not Optifex, it's some completely unknown company that we have no hunches or anything on other than it being produced in the Philippines. However, one popular theory I've seen floating around is that Paul David misspoke or made a mistake when he talked about the Filipino company. If that's true and it turns out to be a complete mishap, and the strange mysterious company was never even from there, that would open up thousands of possibilities and might make this impossible to solve. Again, my conclusion is Optifex, but things could change at any moment in time, with new records and documents coming out. If you do happen to find a convincing lead on a non-Filipino company, be sure to comment it down below. But it doesn't stop there. There's a strange episode in Season 3 titled Call of the Primitives that looks nothing like any of the other Transformers episodes and is believed to be made by a company called Tokyo Movie Shinsa, or TMS for short. They have worked on tons of famous animation, including the likes of Lupin III and Bakugan. The only tie TMS has to Transformers is creating backgrounds for Transformers Cybertron, which was a separate show from 2005. And one off-color comment from a staff member in a Sega game called Burning Rangers, who mentioned the company's alleged involvement with the episode. There's nothing that inherently disproves it, and there's no one from Hasbro, Toei, Sunbow, or Marvel of that matter that denounces TMS's involvement. And TMS isn't a small, inexperienced company like Optifex was at the time. As we said, TMS was working on some of the most famous animated shows and continues to do so. The quality of the episode would match up with TMS's apparent involvement, but there is something that could contradict my theory that TMS was actually responsible, and that is the fact that TMS actually worked on another Transformers show as previously mentioned earlier. So the dev that worked on the Sega game working for TMS, who mentioned the involvement with the 1984 Transformers show, could possibly be mistaking it for the other Transformers show, Transformers Cybertron, which again is confirmed and well known that TMS created and was involved with. But there's another company that might even be more likely. You see, when there was a discussion on Twitter revolving around who the director of this episode was, a Transformers animator named Iaji Suganuma actually chimed in, saying that he was the animation director for that episode, and from various things he said, it led us to a company called Ashi Productions, who not only was fresh off animating a super similarly styled show called Dankuga in 1985, but they were also a proven subcontractor for Toei. So, it appears for this specific episode, we have an answer. But we still have 2 more episodes from Season 3 to discuss, and these are perhaps the most mysterious of them all. The episodes are Starscream's Ghost and Only Human. These 2 episodes were widely accepted as Toei animated episodes until 1999, due to the animation being far superior than that of ACOM. Toei only produced 13 of the episodes for Season 3, and the numbers weren't adding up, so the episodes were in an animation limbo up until last year, when we got old documents revealing it was originally supposed to be done by ACOM, but the episodes looked much weirder than any others in Season 3, using outdated colors and models for many characters. ACOM used tons of sub-companies as mentioned at the beginning, but all the sub-companies used the same reference material and matched with all the other ACOM episodes, so this one being completely different is extremely odd. We truly have no idea who this sub-company could have been, and there are absolutely no leads. But who knows, the origins of this episode's creator may still be leaked someday, as this mystery seems to continue to this day with fans searching far and wide to find answers. Those are what we call the Mysterious 9. 9 very strange G1 Transformers episodes that look nothing like anything we have seen after or before it. It's a truly strange mystery, and one that could still be solved someday due to the fans' immense interest in it. I'm very confident in my declaration of debunking the first unknown company as Optifex, but I'm very unsure about TMS and their involvement with Call of the Primitives, and those last 2 episodes are truly anyone's guess as of now, leaving our final rating to be close, but definitely not debunked. As we said, anything could change at any time, and if you have any theories or think we have any holes in our theories, make sure to let us know. We also eagerly await answers to this mystery that is truly more than meets the eye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to follow all of our social medias for updates and exclusive content, all linked in the description. Especially consider becoming a patron, as even $1 a month really helps and you guys get some slick rewards. And of course, make sure to like this video, share this with your friends, and subscribe. As always, my name is Sep from Debunk File. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.